So before our last recording stopped, we had established that we were multiplying by 10 as a rule for this table to get from one column to the next. And we had just recreated the table off to the side of our paper since we had run out of room on the other side. And we were still putting the boxes of crayons on the left side over here and the number of crayons on this side. So since my table left off with 4, I'm going to go ahead and make 5, 6, and then we're trying to figure out what the equation would be to find the total number of crayons in 7 boxes. Well, if my rule is multiply by 10 to find the missing numbers, I'm going to continue that rule of multiply by 10 the whole way down my column, and I'm going to see that to find the missing number that would go here on my table, I'm going to have to do 7 times 10, which would give me 70. So I know that the answer, the total number of crayons in 7 boxes is 70 crayons, but this question just asked me to find what equation I would use. Well, I used the equation 7 times 10, so my answer is B, 7 times 10. I know that it can't be A because it's not an addition pattern. The same thing for C, I can't do an addition pattern, and the same thing for D because we had already established that to go from one column to the next, we were multiplying by 10. Let's go ahead and do one more example together. So this table shows the number of eggs chickens lay on a farm. And this column has the number of chickens. This column has the number of eggs laid each day. And I'm going to see that to go from 3 to 24, we are increasing. And I'm going to go ahead and check out multiplication. I'm going to see what would I multiply by to get an answer of 24. Well, this is where I use my related fact, and I use 24 divided by 3, and I see what my answer is. Well, I can use any division strategy I want, and I will find that 24 divided by 3 equals 8, so that means 3 times 8 gives me 24. I'm going to double check though, and I'm going to see if that applies. 4 times 8, if I were to make equal groups, I would discover 4 times 8 really does equal 32. So just like I did on the last question, I'm going to recreate my table, and I'm going to see that I'm going to make 5 since I left off with 4 over here. I'm going to add 6, 7, and 8. And just like I was doing over here, the rule has not changed. I am still multiplying by 8 each time in my table. And so when it comes time for the equation then, as the question asks, it says if the pattern continues, what equation could be used to find how many eggs 8 chickens will lay? Well, this is the column with the chickens. Here's my 8 chickens. 8 times 8 is going to give me my missing number. So that would mean D is my final answer because it matches the equation that I wrote over here to find my answer. So let's just go ahead and reflect for 1 minute. My learning target was that I can use a table to recognize, describe, and extend the pattern in a table, and I will know I have it when I identify how the 2 columns were related, write how they are related, and I extend the pattern. And that was what we were doing all along here in each one of our example questions.